So I got some really interesting short fantasy like stories reported by real people. Though I thought we'd go over a couple of these. I found them kind of interesting. This one is from Staffordshire, England, 1770. Now listen to this. So these are um, strange fantasy-like stories, reported by real people. A laborer moved a large flat stone he had encountered in a field while digging a trench, beneath which he discovered a descending stone staircase, which he followed deep into the earth. Finding that the staircase switched back. Wait, staircase switch. Wait. Finding that the staircase switch backed now and then. Backed now and then until he emerged. I'm trying to. The wording doesn't make sense here. Finding that the staircase switched backed now and then until he emerged into a large underground chamber several hundred feet below that was filled with strange objects and large machines and illuminated by a strange, ever luminous sphere, which revealed a man on a throne like chair dressed in a hooded robe? What in the world? So the man in the chair saw the intruder and stood up with a baton like object in his hand as he went over to the luminous sphere and smashed it, plunging the cavern into darkness. As the laborer stumbled back up the surface in surprise and terror. Oh my gosh. I wonder if there's any more to that, oh my god, like seriously, that is crazy. The sources, the Rosicrucians, their rites and mysteries. Weird. It's by Hargrave Jennings. Yeah, I do wonder if there's more to that. What the heck? So, I guess he went down the staircase. Guess that's what it was trying to say earlier. He kept going down the staircase. Oh my gosh. Oh, maybe it meant that the staircase it's a switched maybe it I don't know, I don't quite understand that part, but that is a really strange story. Why would there be some why would there be anything down there like that? Like a luminous sphere and and what was this thing? It was there's a man on a throne like chair dressed in a hooded robe. Imagine seeing that. That would scare and frighten anybody. But he made it out alive. If this really happened. I mean, it's like I said, these are fantasy stories reported by people. So let's see, and this is a shorter one, but it's about a goblin, Glaisdale, Yorkshire, England. At a local farm, What appeared to have been a goblin like creature reportedly collected sheep and repaired fences that had been broken down by a vindictive neighbor. He was described as a little old fellow with very long hair, large feet, eyes, and mouth, stooping much as he walked and carrying a long holly stick. I don't know. It's the source is Mystery Magazine UK. Number of number of witnesses was only one? Okay. That's just what it says. Um Now listen to this other one here though. This is from Sweden, Lanmora, Sweden. So a boy named Jacob, well, he's 22 years old, had crossed this lake, and he was going to deliver a food packet for someone for some other family. But coming back across the lake that he was on, and as he pulled the boat upon the shore, something strange happened to him. So a large and broad road appeared before him. Now this is from 1759. This is from Lanmora, Sweden, and it's a handwritten text that's recorded in the parish book of Ramsburg, Sweden. So that's the source. So as he pulled his boat ashore, a large and broad road just appeared before him, like a completely other world just opened up and appeared right in front of him. He followed it and soon reached a large red mansion in his own Soon he found himself seated on a bench by the door in a big chamber. He saw a chubby little man with a red cap on his head, sitting at the end of a table with crowds of little people running back and forth. They were in every way like ordinary men, but of short stature. A bit taller than the rest was a fine-looking maiden who offered him food and drink. He said, "No, thank you." The little people asked him whether he wanted to stay with them, and he answered, "God, help me back home to my father and mother." Then the man with the red cap said, "Throw him out. He has such an ugly mouth." And the next instant, he was back by the lake shore, and from there he returned home. His parents greeted him with pleasure. They had been worried. Together with the neighbors, they had searched the woods and the lake for him. 4 days and nights had passed without a trace of him. When he finally came back on Thursday evening, he had not eaten or slept for 4 days, yet he had no desire for food or drink. He thought he had been away only for a little while. The following day, everything was normal except for an uneasy feeling in his body and mind. Yeah, that's really strange. So it was a handwritten entry by a Reverend Vigilius. It's recorded in the parish book of Ramsburg, Lanmora, Sweden. So was this just like this this fantasy story that this person made up? Maybe they were like lost or something and found their way back and just decided to make up this grand story. I don't know, but it's still interesting. And we got, let's see. Um, well, let's see here. All right, so this story is from Denmark, 1761. So these are all like fantasy like stories from the 1700s, um, but they're reports by real people. Um, the following, let's see here. So this is from Denmark. On the 26th of December, last about 10 at night, there arose a great storm. Um, I did not go to bed, and about 4 minutes past 2 in the morning, I observed a sudden light across my windows, which I took for lightning. The storm at this time increased not a little. I kept my eye fixed at my window, and at 4 o'clock I perceived a ray of light which seemed to come in a horizontal direction from the moon. The appearance was about 9 feet in length and about the thickness of a man's arm. Rays darted from it on each side. Running into my garden, I saw a ball of fire about the size of a common ball running gently from south to north. At first, the ball was of a pale color, like the sun covered with clouds, and throughout many rays. It threw out many rays. What the heck? It grew more and more red and smaller, and in 2 minutes disappeared without noise or smoke. My astonishment was the greater as the tempest ceased soon after, though it had been accompanied with such violent blasts of wind that many imagined they felt the shock of an earthquake. I have spoken to a dozen people who also saw it. Okay. So this was a mass sighting here. This belongs more in like the UFO category, I think. Of all the phenomenon I have seen in Norway, I remember none equal to this, nor attended with like circumstances. Given the weather environment, one could hypothesize ball lightning or globular lightning, but the 189 description, but the 189, but the description of multiple beams is highly unusual. That is weird. Mass sighting. This is 1761 from Denmark. Let's see. I wonder where that could have been. Let's see, what else do we got here? Here's something similar. It's from Sweden, 1766. In Sweden, 3 objects like the moon appeared in the sky and stayed for 4 days, then vanished, never to be seen again. Stayed for 4 days? Okay. In another incident, that same year, a luminous globe appeared at night and projected beams of light out of it. These seemingly minor incidents are quite remarkable because there was nothing in the skies in 1766 that could project a beam of light, except sunbeams coming through clouds. Yeah. Weird. Um, okay, this is from Scotland, Perthshire, Scotland, 1767. Um, and we'll end with that one, and we'll come back with more of these fantasy like store reports, and um, some of them are UFO related, and some of them are like something else entirely. um, we hear from Perthshire that an uncommon phenomenon was observed on the water of Isla near Cooper Angus, preceded by a thick, dark smoke, which soon dispelled, and discovered a large luminous body like a house on fire. Whoa. Um, what? But presently after took a form something pyramidal, like a pyramid, and rolled forwards with impetuosity. What does that mean? Impetuosity till it came to the water of Eric, up which river it took its direction, with great rapidity, and disappeared a little above Blair Gowery. The effects were as extraordinary as the appearance. So, okay, in its passage, it carried a large cart many yards over a field of grass? Whoa. What? Wait. In its passage, it carried a large cart many yards over a field of grass. A man riding along the high road was carried from his horse. Oh, I see. As the object passed, that's what that did. And so stunned with the fall as to remain senseless a considerable amount of time. It destroyed one half of a house and left the other behind. Undermined and destroyed an arch of the new bridge building in Blair Gowery, immediately after which it disappeared. Okay. Whoa. That's a... What could this have been? Like, could this be... I don't think this could be explained as a natural thing, could it? Is something natural that happened? It was on the water, preceded by a thick, dark smoke. Then it's dispelled. And then a large luminous body like a house on fire appeared, like after the smoke cleared. But then it kind of took the shape of a pyramid or triangular shaped object. Wow. But it rolled forwards. Like, so it like, okay. This is just crazy. Like, 1767. I don't know. That's some crazy stuff there. Um, oh, this is weird. 1768, in Dublin, so it'd be Ireland. Astronomer Christian Horrebow reported an observation of a small light that was not a star, which appeared to be in orbit around Venus. This object, named Neith, by M. Hozau of Brussels Observatory was never identified with certainty, and it was certainly not a natural satellite. That's strange. That is really weird. Huh. Yeah, I don't know what to make of that one. I mean, that's must have been like a actual like sighting event, but that is very strange though. Um, let's see if we got any more short ones before we wrap it up. Oh gosh. I want to know more about this. This is 1780 from Bessiers, France. At about 6 p.m., a flaming dragon was seen in the sky for 15 minutes, illuminating everyone below. Oh my gosh. What? Um and that's it. Like there's got to be more to it though. Says the source is from French UFO magazine. Um I don't know. And there's other some crazy short reports too. Um, like here, 1786, a bright ball of fire and light lasting 40 minutes was seen in the sky over southern over southern. It just says over southern during a hurricane of wind. The location is England, so maybe southern England. During a hurricane of wind. That's weird. A bright ball of fire and light lasting 40 minutes. I mean, that's, you know, quite a while. Um, and there's some other crazy stuff here, but I'll save it for. I'll save these other ones for another time. And I hope you enjoyed the video. This was kind of like um, these are like really old UFO and fantasy style reports. I thought were pretty interesting. Um, Let me know what you think about any of these stories and reports, and I will be back with more videos like this in the near future.